Guys, if you were to ask me this, if you were to take me back, bro, take me back 5 years ago when Emoni Bates was the #1 player ranked in his high school class. If you were to ask me 5 years ago when this man Emoni Bates was getting comparisons to be the next Magic Johnson, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Andrew Wiggins, the next face of the league. If you were to ask me 5 years ago, where would this man Emoni Bates get drafted? When would this man Emoni Bates get drafted? Would he go top 3? Would he go somewhere in the lottery? Let alone would he even be invited to the NBA draft room where you got to put your whole tuxedo on, you getting lit, you in the crowd, you with your family, you know what I'm saying? You getting lit, man. I ain't gonna lie, I would have bet my life savings that Emoni Bates would have got drafted somewhere within the lottery, somewhere within top 3, top 5. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this man Emoni Bates went 2nd round, 49th overall to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And guys, I really want you guys to understand that I don't mention all this, right? I'm not mentioning all this of just how much quote unquote this whole situation is a downfall. I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form. I actually look at this as a situation that is a steal for not just Emoni Bates, but for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I really don't think you guys understand. Almost 30 teams had the opportunity to draft this kid, and damn near all these teams passed on this kid. And the Cleveland Cavaliers had a brain. They had a cell membrane that's in your brain, bro. They had a brain, and they utilized their 2nd round pick on one of the most elite scorers in all of college. That was also a top scorer in all of college. Not just opinionated. This is all facts. This is all stats. Guys, the Cleveland Cavaliers used their 2nd round, 49th overall pick on a player that has one of the highest ceilings, in my opinion, that has one of the highest ceilings of any player that was selected in this draft, point blank period. I feel like in a couple years, a lot of these NBA teams are going to be regretting the decision to pass up on a kid like this. But, you know, taking a step back, right? Taking a step back, why and how did Emoni Bates go so low, and what does this really mean for him heading into the NBA in this upcoming season, right? So long story short, bro, we all know what happened at Memphis, but briefly, if you're not tapped in, I personally wouldn't say that he had the best freshman season whenever he was at Memphis. I mean, he only averaged about 9 points a game, 1 assist, 3 rebounds on 38% shooting from the field, which isn't complete terrible, but for a player that is regarded as the best player and a player that is regarded as the next face of the league, face of college and whatnot, you know, that's not typically too old. And then we get to the off the court issues, which we're not going to get too in depth about, but just know there was a couple off the court issues. And then his play at Eastern Michigan University, which I do think that they were great stats. I mean, averaging damn near 20 points a game on 40% shooting from the field and 33% from 3. Like I said, which isn't too bad. And you see the significant improvement that he made going from 9 points a game to damn near 20 points a game in this past college basketball season. Like I said, great stats, but the fact that the team as a whole did not win many games next season, I don't know their record off the top of my head, but I'll probably just pop it up on the screen so you guys get an idea. But just know it was not a lot of wins. So if you combine all that and then you transition into him having a great NBA combine and the preparation for this NBA draft, you get a player that was drafted 2nd round, 49th overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers. And guys, if you want me to be completely honest, bro, if you want to be completely honest, I genuinely think if Emoni Bates did not participate in that 2023 NBA draft combine, I actually don't think he would have got drafted. If you want me to keep it a bean, you want me to keep it a buck, I think he had one of the better NBA draft combines out of every single player that was there. And I do think that actually raised his draft stock in some sort of fashion. But guys, like I said, that's in the past. What is the future for Emoni Bates, right? So the good news that we have so far is that he was selected to actually participate in the Cleveland Cavaliers Summer League basketball team, which I'm actually super excited about. I'm actually super excited just because of the potential, like I said, that this kid has. Everybody counting this kid out. Nobody thought he was going to be in this position, you know, after Memphis, after his off the court issues, and even at Eastern Michigan, he was not even projected to go anywhere, you know, in this draft. And the fact that he actually got drafted, and now we're going to be seeing him participate in the Summer League, which is set to start, I believe, on June 7th, so sometime next week. I'm honestly excited, and I think Emoni Bates is going to prove a lot of people wrong. Please take what I'm saying with a grain of salt and let me know if you guys agree with me down below. I genuinely believe that Emoni Bates has to stay focused and do not try to do too much. When I say do too much, I don't mean, you know, anytime you touch the ball, you know, you go ISO and you're shooting a step back long range 3 or anything like that. This is the NBA. This is a lot different. We need ball movement. NBA GMs and coaches, they like to see ball movement. They like to see that you're able to play within the flow of the offense, get points within the flow of the offense. Yes, like I said, it is okay to occasionally go one-on-one, you know, play that ISO ball. But I feel like in his situation, he needs to earn the trust of coaches. He needs to earn the trust of his teammates. So he can't go out there obviously in that first game and just go ballistic, go crazy, shooting long range step back twos and whatnot. Like I said, I'm not saying that Emoni Bates is not capable of making those shots, but I do think whenever you're in the NBA, you kind of have to approach things a little bit differently, and it's not going to be as easy as people think. Like I said, although I do think that he does have the talent to do this and, you know, to go out there and average 20 plus, you know, in the summer league, but I just think he just has to be a lot smarter with his shots, and I do think he will get a roster spot heading into next season for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I feel like we also have to quickly shout out this kid, Sharife Cooper, as well. Like I said, I feel like a lot of people has always counted him out just because of the size that he is, being 5'11", 6 foot. You know, it's just hard to make the league whenever you're that size and you don't have a consistent 3-point shot. So, you know, I'm praying that Sharife Cooper can eventually work to obtain a more consistent jump shot. And he cannot be a liability on defense. As hard as that gonna be, I do think if he can do that, he will eventually get a roster spot in the league, as at least in the main league and not the G League. But you know, him and Emoni Bates on that Cleveland Charge, or not the Cleveland Charge, the Cleveland Summer League team, I think that's going to be a duo to watch. That's actually one of the most duos that I'm expected, that I think will have a high, you know, good summer league. But I want to know what you guys think down below about that one. But like I said, at the end of the day, I do think Emoni Bates, you know, he landed at a great spot that has a great opportunity for him. They're a team that I feel like doesn't have that solidified scoring option, at least from the forward position. Yes, Donovan Mitchell, he's cool, he's a guard, but Karis LeVert, I think he's probably that guy right now. I think they still got Isaac Okoro as well, but I do think there's a spot for Emoni Bates on this team if he can find his role and he can be a consistent scorer, especially from that 3-point line, the guy that can get points off the dribble as well. I think this is actually a good situation for him. You know, as much as a lot of people may not like it or do like it, this is just my personal opinion. But like I said, at the end of the day, this really goes to show you that, you know, it's tough to make the league, bro. It's really tough to make the NBA. I mean, like I said, Emoni Bates was regarded as that guy. He's regarded as that guy. He went from being up here to hitting rock bottom, to not even playing on his own Memphis team, right? To actually transferring to a whole different program in a lower tier collegiate league, to getting drafted second round of 49th overall. Like I said, if you were to ask anybody 5 years ago, NBA players were raving about this kid, coaches were raving about this kid. We were all predicting this kid as the next guy, and he barely got drafted in the NBA. So like I said, this goes to show you that it's very tough to make it to the NBA. None of these players that we hype up, all these different guys, you know, it's none of this is guaranteed. You know, as much as we think all these guys have the craziest mixtapes and whatnot, at the end of the day, you just have to stay locked in. You got to stay focused. You never know what can happen. Injuries can happen. You know, a lot of these guys don't pan out. Like I said, there's only 30 teams in the league. 5 players that can be on the court at one time. What is 30 times 5? 180? Is that 180, I think? But there's millions of people out there. Everybody's fighting for an opportunity to play in the league. And also, I ain't gonna lie, I do feel like we do put a lot of unneeded expectations and pressure on a lot of these athletes. But at the end of the day, you know, they have to go in there, you know, stay tunnel vision, stay focused on the task at hand, and they can eventually, you know, make it to the NBA. But like I said, that's just my personal opinion about Emoni Bates. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers, they did get a steal with Bates here at number 49. If you can get a guy with this caliber that can score the ball the way that he can at number 49th overall, I mean, a lot of these guys are tripping, bro. But like I said, I think he's gonna be fairly good. But I want to know what you guys think down below. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, do all that. Follow me on Instagram at JuiceMadeHoops with the extra S at the end. I'm dropping more videos on there as well, more videos on here. Hopefully July can be a lot more consistent. So appreciate all you guys that are, you know, that support the channel, you know, sticking through, like still watching this video to the end. So yeah, make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all that. With all that being said, guys, it's been an episode of Juice Made TV. Peace.